Hello and welcome to the Bridetender podcast. I'm your host, Esty Levin, and I'm here to tend to the brides like I tend to the bar. So mix yourself a cocktail and let's get ready to discuss all things weddings. Today I'm here with Christina Wright, who you might know on Instagram as Chrissy Teenz, and we're going to talk all about spray tans for your big day. I feel like there's like a lot of protocol to this that a lot of people just don't know, or they're like scared or stressed out about. And, you know, Christina spray tans me for my shower and for my wedding. And I mean, I look stunning. I'm not going to lie to you. So
I agree.
So we need to give everybody kind of like the lowdown on what goes into prepping your skin and getting ready for a spray tan, and really like how long in advance to do it before, because I think a lot of people, the stress around it is they really just don't know what to do or where to start.
So I think that a lot of people are used to you just like go in somewhere, get a spray tan, okay, it's all right, or it didn't fade perfectly, so then they have this like stigma against it. But when it comes to something like your wedding day or your bridal shower, like there's things you can do to help it like last longer, it look good, make your skin look all like smooth and everything. So one thing would be to exfoliate. So people think exfoliate a day before or like the morning of. It doesn't really work as well with that, because when you exfoliate, you have to give yourself like some time for the dead skin to come off. So what I think is the best is if you exfoliate like 2 days before, and those 2 days leading up to the tan, you use moisturizer, helps your skin remove the dead skin, and everything's all nice and smooth. And then before you come, you can't have anything on your body, no like lotion, deodorant, makeup, oil, anything like that. So you would just take like a rinse before. And then sometimes people think like you get these dots on your skin from if you were to shave right before. So, and that's another thing, that like if you do a cold rinse before you come, it actually closes your pores. So there's like a lot of little tricks. I have like a whole text that I always send to my clients before of things you could do. And so that's like some of the things you can do beforehand. I also recommend like doing your manicure, your pedicure, like waxing, all of that, like at least 6 to 8 hours before, or mostly like the day before.
Now, so somebody goes, they get their spray tan about 2 days before their wedding. Now it's like the day before their wedding and then their wedding day. What is kind of the prep that people should do after they have a spray tan? Like how long ideally should they like wait before they go jump in the shower?
So we have 2 solutions, but most people like to do the express because that's 4 to 6 hours. So nobody really wants to wait like 10 to 12 hours anymore. That's like super 2006, you know? So like nobody's really trying to do that. So it's really 3 to 6, but I think that like 4 is like the perfect number. That's what I tell people the first time they come. If you do like 4 or 5 hours, that's usually a good time. Then you go in the shower. It's like a rinse with soapy hands, pat yourself dry, use moisturizer. And then after that, you would just like take a regular shower the next day. So the first shower, you wouldn't wash your hair or shave your legs or any of that. It's just like a rinsing the solution off. Then the second shower is a regular shower. And after that, you're all like good to go, like normal, you know.
Normal, good to go. Shouldn't be afraid to like put that wedding dress on.
It's not going to come off inside your dress. That's like something everybody's nervous about, but it's not going to. So, yeah.
So I want to also talk about you are just an entrepreneurial woman, which we love over here on the podcast, and you do so many different things. And I wanted to touch on the fact that you also do a lot of kind of like promo gear sort of stuff for brides, like bridal parties before their big day. So tell us a little bit about that, because I think that like in today's day and age, today's generation, like they want like the kind of things like that, things like you could wear on your bachelorette and those kinds of items.
So I actually do, if you get tan by me or you buy clothes from me, however you find me and come to me first, I usually give like a discount for either your tan or on your clothes, or, you know, if you do, some people will do like the boxes where they ask their bridesmaids to be in it. So like the proposal boxes where they have like a sweatshirt or like wine glasses, stuff like that. And then for the bachelorette, I always do like all of those themed shirts. So actually for my bachelorette, they were like, oh, we're gonna buy these sweatshirts. And I was like, no, don't do that. I'll just make them. And everyone's like, I feel so bad. I'm like, no, but I feel bad to think you guys are gonna like spend the money when I can do it. So
I also feel like if they got something else, you would be like,
yeah, like I want to be in control of it.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of that, and then like the robes to get ready. I also made like a bunch of acrylic signs and stuff
for
like the welcome signs, those mirror signs, seating charts. So just a lot of.
You're very busy. Yeah, you are a busy girl,
yes.
And you know, on top of all of the things that you were doing, which is a lot because you are also in school, you're going to be a nurse practitioner.
Yes.
And do Botox and all of those things, fillers.
Yep.
So. We love a one-stop shop over here. Spray tan, Botox, fillers. You can sign me up. I'll be there for all of those things. But something else is that you are also a bride-to-be planning your wedding day.
Yes. That is another thing that's coming. So actually a lot of people ask me about what I'm gonna do for my own tan for my wedding. So
True.
I think that like a lot of people also have been going back to that, like you leave for your honeymoon right after your wedding. This is what like I've just kind of noticed in like the last year or so. I think from COVID, we're all like ready to go, you know?
Definitely.
So some people think like, oh, what am I gonna do when my tan fades and all of that? So last year when I went to plan my wedding, and I did my engagement pictures, I left like the end of June. My pictures weren't until like July 4th. So I tanned myself before I went. And then I actually have like a tan in a can and a bronzing mousse. I brought you the mousse.
Yeah, I can't wait to use
So
it.
I use that mousse for like touch up on myself. So that's actually like a good thing too. If you want to get tan for your wedding and then you think like, oh, it's not gonna last throughout my honeymoon, I'm going away for 10 days after that. That's also something that you could like buy and bring that with you. And then you could touch up, you know, here and there too when you feel like it's fading or like you need a little extra glow, you know.
That's cool because then it's something that like you can travel with.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure, you know, traveling with all of the supplies, especially for like, where if you're packing things and you're, you know, it's just too much. You're like, how am I going to take all of this with me?
I was thinking, I'm like, we're gonna have a spray tan party in the hotel room. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh my God.
There may be one.
I think you definitely will.
There may be one because I do the mobile services as well. So like I do have a pop-up tent. I go to people's houses. Like some of the brides will do that for their whole bridal party and they'll have everyone go to their house, which it's also like a fun thing to do. Like if you have, say you have your rehearsal dinner on like Friday, your wedding's on Saturday, like it's something fun. You girls could all get together on Thursday, have some little champagne or wine, hang out, and get your spray tans together. And then I do packages for that as well.
I think that that's so smart because I was working actually like with a couple and like the groom actually said to me that he had someone coming who is going to like give all the guys haircuts like on the morning of. He's like, yeah, I'm like paying for like all the guys to like get haircuts and everything so that like everybody like can feel good and like look fresh, you know? And I feel like that's kind of like the same thing, like with doing like a spray tan party.
That's a good idea for the guys.
It's a good idea, right?
It's a really good idea.
When he told me that, I was like, that is so smart. You know, I was like, you're kind of like the groom of all time over here.
Yeah.
Like,
the groomzilla.
I love a groom that has a lot of like ideas.
Yeah.
I will say like my husband was like a little bit like that and I was like, whoa, can you calm down? You know,
but I know what I'm doing.
But then I'm over here like, yeah, no, I like love the grooms who are involved and I'm like,
just when it's not mine.
I'm like telling my husband, I'm like, can you just like relax? Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, it's his day too. Like, we'll let him have some say.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good idea, and it's fun too. You know, so
it is fun, and it's a way to like just have fun with your friends without it being like a stressful like experience. Because I do feel like as much fun as like bridal showers are and things like that, it's always a little bit like stressful for all the people involved. You know, there's somebody who like wants to be in charge of the games and somebody who just like wants to make sure that like everybody is like taken care of. And then you have like the bride who's just naturally a little bit like more on edge, mother of the bride, mother of the groom.
Yeah.
It just always ends up that way. So to have like a separate kind of thing to get everybody together that's like no one has a job today, no one has anything to do, like we're chilling, we're getting like our spray tan, we're enjoying like some time, we're like getting all ready together, and it like feels good. It's kind of like the morning of your wedding too, you know, getting hair and makeup done. To me, there's nothing better than that. I enjoy that very much. I really do. I love a pampering day.
I had one maid of honor who was like, I'm going to have my cousin get tanned for the shower. We're going to tell her it's a trial for the wedding because she didn't know when her shower was. And I thought that was like the greatest idea.
Oh,
so
smart.
now sometimes like if somebody texts me like, oh, I'm in a bridal party, we have this wedding, I always like throw that idea out there, which like, I guess if you've never been spray tan before, maybe like you could be a little bit nervous, but our solution's like really good solution. It's patented. So my aunt had a spray tan business for 18 years. So back when everyone was like, ew, spray tans, they're orange. Like my aunt was like trying to, you know, beat that, you know, stigma against it because she's like, mine isn't. So like, so it's like funny because now like I think people are like a little bit less like worried about that now.
Yeah.
But I think that like, you know, maybe people get a little bit nervous or like you're gonna have your cousin like tanned for her shower and then you think she's gonna like turn out orange. But no, that's not what's gonna happen. But it was a really good idea and like they always end up like being happy after. So it's a good way to go with it too.
And spray tans have come a really long way over the years and have also really taken the place of kind of going tanning in the booths.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you know what, if I can accomplish like that same look that I'm going for and like not have all of the chemicals and like the heat and things like that and like accomplish that and it's a safe way to do it, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, well, as a nurse, I have to say that I am so like anti-sun, anti-tanning beds. Like I'm always the one that's like, you need sunscreen every day. My fiance works outside. I'm like, you need sunscreen. I sweat it off. And I'm like, well, you need a whole bottle and to keep putting it on all day because it's not worth like getting like, God forbid, skin cancer or, you know, just trying to look good when we have other ways.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, as you get older,
and
like
wrinkles.
Yeah, wrinkles.
I'll take care of that too.
You'll take care. It's going to be a one-stop shop for your tan and your Botox. So no more wrinkles and no more pale skin. And I love that.
Yeah.
So as a bride-to-be, you know, we got to hear a little bit about your wedding. And any like fun details or anything that you could share?
So I'm getting married in Italy. So we have, I don't know if we said that, but we have like a welcome party on Friday. And then on Saturday we have the wedding. And then on Sunday we have a boat party, which is like all the young people, all my cousins, my fiance's cousins, all of our like closest friends that are coming. So we think that that's going to be like, that's like the real like fun party. But in Italy, it's like very different. So they actually have like the ceremony, the cocktail hour, and then it's a 3-hour sit-down dinner. And then there's a 3-hour after party. So it's like different than our weddings here where you have your ceremony, you take your pictures, you have your cocktail hour, and then you go into the room and you like dance, eat salad, dance, eat pasta, dance, eat, you know, and then you have your Viennese hour after. So like ours is a little bit different. And then
so you have more of like dinner and everything up front and then dancing after.
Yeah, and then they have like a pizza party actually type of vibe too during the after party. So they come out with like all these pizzas and then they have like the like a Viennese type of thing like set up. And,
I mean, I feel like if you're in Italy, you kind of like have to have a pizza party.
Yeah, they gotta have pizza somewhere.
It's probably a rite of passage if you're getting married in Italy. Although, you know, Viennese is like really where I'm at. I think that's
me too.
That's where it's at.
I'm a big dessert person. So.
Me too. It's funny how when you go different places, like not even technically out of the country, but you go to different states and you leave New York and you go to a wedding and you see how different it is. And I already knew that just being in the industry. My husband did not know that.
We're super extra here compared to other states.
So he had to learn the hard way. And he was like, but I don't understand. They just have cake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like what?
And that's like, I always tell that story because it's funny. Like, it's just, I'm like, yeah, well, like, it's different. And he's like, I don't understand. It's like, where's the rest of the stuff? And I'm like, it's not like that. Like, it's just not like that.
No. Yeah. My mom was like, no, we need that. I don't care what you do. You know, that's what we need. My mom really was like super amazing through everything. And she just gets on the phone like, I need to add this. I need to add that. I have to do this. So
that's a dream.
You know, it was good because she was like, we're not having just cake, you know, but they didn't really have it set up like that anyway, but she was like, we need like Viennese vibe. So that was good.
Are you getting married at like a venue that is also a hotel?
Yeah, it's a hotel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's nice because you don't have to worry about like traveling anybody. Like once they are there, they're like on site for the hotel.
So the hotel, there's like 5 hotels like all next to it. So where we're getting married in Italy is like the top of a mountain. So a lot of the hotels are like 20 rooms and they only let you like block out like 8 of them or whatever. So everybody's kind of staying like along in like all different hotels, and then it's all within walking distance. So
that's great.
It like works out well for that. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So it's coming up pretty soon. Yeah, did you have your bachelorette already?
No, next month.
Where are you going?
To the Hamptons.
Okay, so you're staying more local.
Yeah. Yeah, because I felt like everyone's got to go all the way to Italy, take off of work, do all that, so I didn't want to make everyone go, you know, to Miami or to Vegas.
The Hamptons is the place to be in the summer, though. Like, the lucky part about just, like, being New Yorkers and being Long Islanders is just, like,
shoot right out there.
We can just shoot right out east. Like, you don't have to go to Miami. You don't have to get on a plane because we kind of have everything right here that we would want to be at.
I actually also just had a bride who had her bachelorette. They went away, they're in bathing suits and everything, and then they come back and they have like these crazy tan lines, and they're like, oh my gosh, can you fill them in? So that's also something to throw into the tanning aspect, is that like you have your bachelorette and then your wedding maybe is like a month or 2 later, and you come home and you're in like a panic about the tan lines, and people think like, let me try to go in a tanning bed and even it out, and it like doesn't really work because you're still getting tan in both areas. So you're getting tanner, but you still have tan lines. So
I can't even actually, like, now thinking about that.
Or the Apple Watch. I get a lot of Apple Watch tan lines. If you're getting married, take your Apple Watch off.
If you're getting married and you have your Apple Watch on, I really, no, because I'm going to say something new because it is hideous, and I'm sorry, it doesn't belong on you on your wedding day. Like, let it go. You don't have to count your steps today.
Yeah.
Like, let it go.
Yeah, you don't need those text messages.
You don't. I mean, but I will say, like, as like a wedding guest or really anybody who's like dressing in formal wear, like the Apple Watch has got to go. It's good for like your everyday, like running around and things like that. But like on a wedding day, no, it's out.
No, it's not my vibe.
It's definitely not my vibe.
It's
nope.
No.
And people are like, oh, like, would you say anything to a bride? I'm like, yeah, I would.
They changed the
I'm
band.
like, I sure would.
They think it's different because they changed the band, but it's still not good.
No. I'm actually like not a fan of like a watch in general, like on like in terms of formal wear.
Yeah.
For a guy, I think it's different, you know.
Not
whatever.
for a bride.
But not for a bride. Like I think it like takes away like some of the elegance actually.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that too. My cousin's wedding, I wore a watch, and then I was like, this looks terrible in the pictures from a distance. And I was like, I will never wear a watch.
But you know what? There are some really nice watches that like people like get, and they like, you would think that it like looks better, but sometimes like less is more.
Yeah.
And I had to like learn that like the hard way. Like as I got older, I used to wear like 17 bracelets on my arm, and then I'm like, okay, that like actually doesn't look good. But I had like FOMO about like leaving one off. Like I'd be like, no, I want to like wear it all, and it's like, okay, like we don't always have to do the most.
I do that with rings. I totally do that. I try to do less, but I always do that.
So I used to like wear a lot more, but then I'm just like, it doesn't work on me. But I think it like works on other people. So I'm like not opposed to it.
You take away from your ring. I'm like, or your engagement ring. I'm like, yeah, but like I love them all.
Well, soon you'll have a wedding band, and then you're like, and you'll see like what you.
Yeah, I found like 4 more today that I moved, so I was like, I don't know where all these things are, but when I move again, I will find them one day. And I found them today, and I put them on, and I'm like, I'm gonna just put them away. My mom's right, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm like, my feeling is if you have it, wear it. Like, I don't understand having something and then like not wearing it. There's a lot of people like they get engaged, they get married, and then they're like, oh yeah, like I have my ring in the safe. I'm like,
yeah,
no.
they save it for like special day.
Yeah, for special occasions. I'm like, no. Like every day is a special occasion to me.
Right.
Like I'm wearing it. Like I'm like that's why I have it.
I agree. Gotta wear it.
Yep.
You got it, flaunt it.
I mean, you might as well. Like, what good is it doing sitting in the safe? I don't really understand. And I'm like, also, my feeling is like it shouldn't take a special occasion to wear something if you like it. Mm-hmm. So your wedding is coming up soon. You're doing everything. You're spray tanning. You're in school to be a nurse. You're learning Botox and fillers and doing all of the promo gear and stuff for weddings. Like you're kind of doing it all.
Yeah.
Like what else? What else am I missing?
It's a lot.
It shouldn't be anything because you're doing it all.
There shouldn't be anything, but you know, I don't know.
You're gonna come back from Italy and you're gonna be like, actually, I'm doing this, this, and this. I'm gonna be like, where do you have any time for any of that?
No, I know. Even like me, like I haven't packed yet. It's a good thing that I have things like planned in my head. But I don't know because I'm like, I have to get out all my orders. Then I had somebody who actually has a wedding. It was like the same situation as what happened with me with my engagement pictures. She has a wedding in Morocco, and she's like, I need a tan, but I don't know, or maybe I should just take the mousse and do it the day before. And she's like, maybe they have someone there that does spray tans, you know? So I was thinking like between school, I'm like, I don't want to bring my laptop with me, so I'm like, gotta try to do my homework before I go. You know, all of these things. If I tan this other lady, possibly. I'm like, gotta finish all my clothing orders, get them out. I'm like, it is a lot, but I feel like I manage somehow. I figure it out.
But I do also feel though that like people who are very entrepreneurial and have like multiple things, like I always say this about myself, I am best when I'm like juggling a million balls in the air.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the more I have going on, the better that I am.
I think that when I know that I have a lot of things to do, I put my things in my calendar like immediately because I know like I have to check and make sure that I didn't. Whereas I feel like right after like COVID ended and things started going kind of back to normal a little bit, I was like, oh, I'll like do that later. I'll do this later. And then I'd be like, oh, I forgot to put this in. I think I have something today. And I feel like doing a lot really made me like more organized. Even though that sounds kind of crazy, but I think that
it's true.
Yeah,
it's definitely true. I always say like when I'm busiest, I'm the best version of myself. Mm-hmm. And I like it rings true. Like even right now with it being June, the craziest time of the year in the wedding industry, I feel like I'm doing 7,000 things. And like I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit like stressed. Like of course I am. Of course, and then I'm like up at night like thinking about all that I have to do. But everything is getting done and like now we're like closer like toward the end of the month and I'm like, wow, like I'm like we made it through the whole month.
And then you're going away.
And then I'm going away. I'm going on vacation. I am very excited about it. I used to feel like guilty about like going away. But now I don't.
You have all these brides like texting you, I need this, I need that while you're on vacation. And it's like, it's a fake vacation.
It's a fake vacation.
I definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also crazy to like go away kind of in the middle of busy season. It's not really something I like to do. But, you know, just like with life, like things happen, things come up. You have family obligations, you have things like that. And I'm like, I'm definitely at a point in my life, and it's taken me time to get here, but I'm like, I'm not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss anything.
No,
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, you got to be there.
Yeah. And I will have no regrets. Like, I'd have more regret if I wasn't there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely felt like the same type of way. With even my stepbrother's wedding next week, I was like, you know, I think I got to just go. And I asked my boss, I'm like, can I go? I know I'm taking off for a lot of my own things. I was like, but I'm only missing like 2 days. So I'm actually working on Saturday morning and going from work to the airport. I'm doing the same thing for my bachelorette. I'm working and going directly to my bachelorette. So he was like, if you want to go, just have fun and go, and we'll figure it out and put the days you're missing on the schedule. So I was like, all right, if I could go, I got to just go, you know?
You got to go. Yep, it was meant to be.
Yep.
And I don't think you're going to regret being in Greece.
No, I don't either. I don't either. And then we're going to stop in Italy again, too, just to, like, finish everything for the wedding.
Just to finish everything for the wedding.
Make sure it's all good, you know? So.
I know, you're really in the home stretch.
It's very weird. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, are you stressed out? And I realize, like, a lot of the brides that come to me, because I'm with them now, like, the week of their wedding, where they're like, I just dropped off this, and I just did this, and I did that, and I have to still do this. And, like, I feel like for me, I don't have that because I'm not here. So it's not like I'm going to a venue, dropping it off. And I think when I got to pack, I'll be, like, a little bit stressed. But, yeah, that's what I've noticed, that people get like that. And I'm like, I don't experience that yet, but I definitely feel it's starting to come on, you know.
Well, listen, enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
And let it soak in. It's like the best time of your life.
Yeah.
And enjoy the bachelorette. And enjoy Italy. Because, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime.
I know.
It'll
be so fun.
It's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to see pictures of you when you're a bride.
I know.
Well, first, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast today. I know I sprung this on you today. And I want you to tell everybody where they can go and follow you and see all of your ventures.
So my Instagram for spray tanning is Chrissy Teenz, ChrissysYTeenz. So I made that when I was 16 and it's stuck, and that's where the Z comes from. And then my other Instagram is House of CC, so House of CECI. That's everything with clothes. I try not to bombard everybody with so many posts. I'm more of a story person. So if you follow me, you'll see. If you want to just peep it, then there's stuff that's up. But I love to post your wedding pictures because your photographer is also amazing. Your pictures are such good quality and everything too. But yeah, so that's that. And then if you book an appointment, then I send you all my to do and not to do, and one more not to do if you happen to not use me and use somebody else. Just a little bit of advice is quick finishing story was I had a bride who went to go run her errands after she got her spray tan, and somebody was like, oh, you're getting married, and
oh, no.
went like this, and
now she's got a handprint for life.
So just get your spray tans and go home and chill for 4 hours.
Yeah, don't talk to anybody and don't see anybody.
Tell everyone to leave
you
you
can
alone.
wait the 4 hours. You'll be all right.
Yeah, so that's my
that's your tidbit.
Yeah,
your tidbit of advice. That's a good one.
It is. It is.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of the Bridetender podcast. You can follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to your podcast. And if you want to watch the YouTube version so that you can see Christina in real life, check us out on YouTube. If you're not already following Christina, go follow her at Chrissy Teenz and House of CC. Learn about some of the things that you can do for your wedding day, spray tanning, soon to be Botox and fillers.
I do Botox now.
Oh, she does Botox now. So, you know, get the Botox, then go for the spray tan. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer, and I'm sorry, it's the things that you need for your wedding day. And if you don't want to believe me, you can go look at my photos. It was a flawless forehead and a flawless spray tan. So, if you're not already following me on Instagram, please go follow me at The Bridetender for all fun facts on the wedding industry, ways to save money on your special day, and of course, hiring the best in the business for your wedding. Until next week, mix yourself a cocktail, slide into my DMs with questions you want answered on all things weddings. Stay sane, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.